What's up, you guys? Thanks for clicking on the video. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So UFC 300 is right around the corner, and the card is absolutely stacked. I saw somewhere that UFC 300 has 15.4% of the roster's top 10 fighters and 10.7% of all ranked fighters across every division competing at that event, which is pretty mind-blowing if you really think about it. There's 24 fighters currently scheduled to compete, which means about 71% of the fighters on the card are top 10 of the division. They obviously went the stats route when promoting this because people were pretty upset with the main event announcement, but in hindsight, this could be one of the best cards that we've seen ever.
Interesting.
I think that promo video that they recently released really puts it all into perspective. I mean, you have the 3 title fights headlining the card. You got former UFC champion Davison Figueiredo and Cody Garbrandt, Jim Miller with the most wins in UFC history, Holly Holm, who's in the International Boxing Hall of Fame and is a former champ, Kayla Harrison, the 2-time Olympic champ and a PFL champ. You have Charles Oliveira with the most finishes in UFC history. Justin Gaethje has the highest bonus rate in the UFC history. Max Holloway has the most strikes landed in UFC history. Zhang Weili's the first Chinese champion, taking on a Chinese competitor, so it's China versus China. I mean, this is it. The card is stacked. So why is Bo Nickal on the main card? I actually have nothing against Bo Nickal. I actually really do like him. I think he has an extremely bright future. But for a card of this magnitude, it's actually crazy that he's above a lot of these former champions. But to play devil's advocate, I can also see it. Dana White always talks about all of the decisions on putting people in certain places on the card has math behind it. There's a lot of data that goes into these decisions. So that tells me Bo Nickal brings numbers and eyes every time he fights. Probably a lot more than a lot of former champions that are on this card. So you gotta respect it.
I will oblige you.
Or stay hating, that's your choice. His fight is also going to be the second fight on the main card. And I think a lot of people still haven't really associated the fact that the opener of the main card is a prime spot. So it makes sense they'd want someone as entertaining as Charles to kick off the card. Regardless of the fact, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, he's fighting after Charles Oliveira. He's also fighting after Jiri. Like, what? Yeah, if that doesn't tell you how Dana White and the UFC feels about him, then I don't know what else screams that they're 100% behind him and that's going to be their next cash cow.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you surprised that Bo Nickal is on the main card? Or do you think it's well deserved? Now, speaking of Bo Nickal, he's fighting Cody Brundage that night. I think the reason why a lot of people think this is a surprising matchup is because they're not ranked. Neither of them are ranked. So why would they fight above a bunch of ranked fighters and former champs? Yeah, pretty surprising. But I thought it was interesting. I saw over the weekend that Nick Maximov, a former opponent of Cody Brundage, was actually brought in to help Cody for his Bo Nickal camp. It's interesting because Nick beat Cody in the UFC, and he's been away for a while. He was recovering from an injury, but he has a wrestling background and a jiu-jitsu background, so I can see exactly why he brought him in. It's always a bit surprising, but also awesome to see when former opponents get together and train. How do you think this next fight goes? Is Cody going to bring Bo into deeper waters than he's ever been? Or is Bo just going to continue to outshine and make diamonds under all that pressure he's under? I think this is going to be a great matchup and a true test. I think Cody Brundage has the skills to compete with the wrestling takedowns. So are we going to see more Bo Nickal's hands? We know he has the power. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think Bo Nickal's taking it? If so, how does he get it done? Or does Cody Brundage pull off the upset? But I'll catch you guys in the next one.